So Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou is set to take place tonight, Friday night, which I think's a bit weird for an event like this to take place, but is it because UFC 299 is on the night after? I don't know. Either way, this is a big fight and one I'm really looking forward to. So ever since Ngannou left the UFC, everyone knew that he was going to fight Tyson Fury, and nobody on the face of this earth, and that is myself included, gave him a chance against Tyson Fury. I did not think it would be close. I thought Tyson Fury would have embarrassed him in there and finished him maybe in around the 5th and 6th round, but that is not what we got. Francis Ngannou went in there against Tyson Fury and shocked the world, and in my opinion, beat him. I definitely do think that Tyson Fury lost to Ngannou that night, and I think Fury even knows himself that he lost to Ngannou that night. Not only did not only did Ngannou drop Tyson Fury, but in certain exchanges he outboxed him. Ngannou showed that he is very capable in the boxing ring. He's very capable of fighting out of both stance, the orthodox and the southpaw stance, and I said this in the build up. I didn't know how well his power would translate from the 4-ounce gloves up to the 10-ounce gloves, and there was no issue there. We seen he was able to drop and hurt Tyson Fury in that matchup. And now after that, he is getting in there with Anthony Joshua. Now, Anthony Joshua, as we all know, is a former 2-time heavyweight champion, a former gold medalist, and really, he should beat Ngannou here. Anthony Joshua, similar to Tyson Fury, should really be beating Ngannou here, but I have a feeling Ngannou might get it done. A part of me feels like Ngannou might get it done. I don't know. I just see Ngannou being able to catch Anthony Joshua in there, drop him, and the difference between AJ being dropped by Ngannou and Fury being dropped is I just don't think AJ will be able to recover. I think if Ngannou is able to put Anthony Joshua down, and that is a big if, it's a big ask for Francis Ngannou, an 0-1 boxer, to go in there against Anthony Joshua and beat him. It's a big, big ask. I don't know if it will happen. A part of me does feel like I can just see it happening. I don't know why. I just see in this matchup Ngannou being able to drop Anthony Joshua in there. Now, Anthony Joshua hadn't looked great from about... he didn't look great in the Usyk 1 matchup. He looked good against Usyk in the second matchup, in my opinion, but kind of fell off. He had a decent spell in the middle of that fight, but then fell off near the end. And then after that, he had those performances against Jermaine Franklin, I believe that was who he fought, where he went to a decision with him, didn't look great in there, and then beat Hellenius, but that was on short notice. Again, looked okay in that matchup. He was meant to face Dillian White in there, so maybe that was why he didn't look too good in there, was the change of opponents. But anyway, I don't think he's training with Derek James anymore at all. I know he is in camp with Ben Davidson. That is who he was in camp with again for the Otto Wallen matchup, and that is who he stayed in camp for this Francis Ngannou matchup. And in AJ's last fight, we kind of seen a glimpse of the old Anthony Joshua, a guy who isn't timid to let his hands go. That was the big thing with Anthony Joshua. He kind of just went away from what he was good at, and that was bulldozing people and knocking them out, landing the big shots. Instead, he wanted to try and outbox these people, and it did sometimes went well. Like, for example, the Ruiz 2. I think that was the game plan he needed to go in there with to beat Andy Ruiz. But against Usyk, it was the wrong game plan, in my opinion. But now that we have seen Anthony Joshua, the old AJ was back in that last matchup, letting combinations go, landing the big strikes, hurting his opponents. Otto Wallen was scared of him in there, in my opinion, and he landed the big shots and eventually stopped him on his stool. Now, AJ, yes, he does hit hard. There's no denying that. He is probably one of the hard. It's either between him and Wilder, really, as the hardest hitters at heavyweight, in my opinion, at this moment in time. But I just don't see AJ hurting Francis Ngannou in there. Ngannou's chin is made of granite. I can see Ngannou taking the right hands off AJ and the left hooks. I just see Ngannou being able to take what AJ is going to dish out at him and still be there. I just think that's going to happen. I just don't see AJ being able to knock out Ngannou. I think if we are going to see a stoppage in this matchup, it is going to be for Ngannou. I think if either one of the guys is going to get stopped, Ngannou is going to be the one to stop Anthony Joshua. But my final prediction for this mega matchup, Like I said, I do see Ngannou just getting it done somehow, but I feel like I'm going to play it safe here. My prediction is going to be an Anthony Joshua decision. I think Anthony Joshua, there will be moments where it does look a bit shaky for him, I think, but I am going to go with an Anthony Joshua win. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this matchup and who do you think is going to win, Anthony Joshua or Francis Ngannou? And as always, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I will see you again in the next one.